guys, welcome to episode 3 of Strings and Stuff with Jonny Barefoot. I'm doing kind of a different thing today. I'm going to do an instructional video on a Leonard Cohen song called That's No Way to Say Goodbye. And what I was playing there at the beginning was the intro, re-intro bit, the one that goes at the very beginning of the song and then between the verses. And at the very end. So there's essentially 3 parts to this song, and that's one of them. And I'm going to go through each part slowly, and we'll see what happens. Okay, cool. Also notice too that I have a capo on the 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3. These are frets, and this is a capo. And a lot of people ask why I use a capo. There's a few different reasons. If you are playing a song, or you write a song, or you're learning somebody else's song, and you find that the singing pitch is a little too high for you to sing comfortably, you can use, or low, a little too low for you to sing comfortably, you can use a capo to raise. If you go up the neck, you're raising the pitch of the song up by 1 half step increments. Or semitone increments per fret, or if it already has a capo and you bring it down the neck towards the head, you're lowering the song by half step or semitone increments, making it more within your range, and then you don't have to change the chords that you're playing. You can use the same chord shapes and just do it lower down or higher up the neck, and then it's more comfortable for you to play. Or on the other hand, if you just want to have a different sound, you want to have some chords that make different voicings and things, because when you're playing a C, let's just play a C chord here. You play a C chord in regular first position with no capo. It sounds like that. But if you take your capo and you put it here and you play an A shape, you're still playing a C chord, but it's in a different shape on a different part of the neck. So it's going to sound different. It's going to have a different sort of quality to it, and that different quality to the chords you're playing will give your music a little bit of originality, a different flavor, and different chord voicings will give that sort of feel. So that's one reason why people would use a capo. Another reason why people would use a capo. This song is in E flat. Actually, no, B flat. B flat. It starts off in E flat, but it goes to B flat, and it's capoed on 3. So the opening part. You will start with a partial chord. I talked about partial chords in a previous video. By the way, thank you very much for all the likes for the videos that I've had so far, and all the views, and with the few extra viewers that have joined as well. Thank you very much. Be sure to subscribe if you like the content here, and like the videos, and hit the bell so you get notifications when I have new content. I wanted to have content a lot more frequently, actually, but the last one I did was about a month ago, and well, life happens, I guess, is the only thing I can say. I am trying to find the time to upload more content, but here we go. So yeah, I talked about partial chords. And this is like a partial. I'm gonna call the chords what the shapes are. So this is a D shape, so we'll call it a D, although it is in fact an F in with the capo on the 3rd, but a D. So put your first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. I'm just naturally putting my 3rd finger there. I mean, you could do it with 2 and 3, but I'm naturally using 1 and 3, 1 and 3 on my left hand. And you play an open 4th string, and then hit the 2, 3, 3 and 2. And then you're gonna play with your pinky on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then an open 3rd string. Just like that, and you'll play that that like 4 times. Also pivoting back and forth with your first finger on your right hand, playing the 2nd string 3rd fret. Like that. Like that. So you're just sort of pivoting back and forth with those notes changing, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret staying constant. Play that like 4 times, and the last time. I love you. Now this part, when you go into the verses, I'll just play a little bit. I loved you in the morning, our kisses deep and warm, your hair upon the pillow like a sleepy golden stone. Yes, many have loved before. I know that we are not new. In city and in forest, they smiled like me and you. I know it's from the distances, and both of us must try. Your eyes are soft with sorrow. Hey, that's no way to say goodbye. And then we're back to the intro bit. So you're following the chords. Each line of the song has 1 chord. Now it's a G, but again kind of a partial chord where you're playing like that with your 3rd finger on the 6th string and your 4th finger on the 2nd string, both on the 3rd fret. And what you're doing on the top is playing, essentially you're playing the melody. And then E minor. And you want to play the chord with the 2nd and 3rd string, like this, because your 1st and 4th fingers rather need to be playing the melody. C. E minor again, and C again. And so you're doing G, E minor, C, G, E minor, C, and then you're going to D, and this is the 3rd part. But before I get to that, one other thing. So you're doing that with your fingers, your 1st and 3rd fingers mainly, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd finger of your right hand. But your thumb, all the while, is doing this. What we call a rocking bass. So for fingerstyle guitar, country and folk sort of styles, you're doing like a rocking bass. So you're just going 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, meaning the strings, right? And then E minor, C, G. So all along you're doing 2 parts really. You're doing that with your thumb, and then your fingers are playing the melody. Oops. And again. So you basically do that twice in the chorus, and then you come to the sort of tagline, the kind of, or the verses, Then the end of the verse is hey, hey, that's, and then again you're sort of pivoting with the like we were doing in the intro, on your third finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string. Hey, hey, that's no way to say goodbye. And then the intro. And then maybe just do that twice in between the verses. Then after you do the 1st and 2nd verse, you can do an instrumental verse with no singing. That isn't in the original recording, but I like to do that myself because it makes the song a little longer. It's a very pretty song, so why just keep it to like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So when you're playing that, you can do basically what you're doing in the verses, the same thing. One reason why you would do that was playing the melody as an instrumental verse is it kind of invites the listener into being a part of the song, because it sort of activates their mind and they're thinking of the lyrics, or they're trying to figure out what's missing. But you're playing enough stuff that's familiar that you can keep them involved in the song. So it's a bit of a trick, but it's a nice trick because it involves the listener. And that's why people will do that. They'll play, like a lot of the solos and things in the 50s and 60s, early 60s, the guitarist or the soloist would just play the melody. I'm not sure if they envisioned it that way, but perhaps they did. But studies of music have shown that that's what it does, is when you're doing something like that, you're playing something that's familiar, something that people have heard in the song previously, and you're coming back to it. It invites them in. And it makes them more of a part of the song. And also in this instrumental verse, you're going to, or what I do, is to play a G on the top, or a 6 B flat actually on top. So because then it kind of mimics the backing vocals of the original track. So it's like. So if you listen to the original Leonard Cohen track, those backing vocals are there. So you can play those in the instrumental verse and then keep them going when you come back and do the first verse again. So it's like... and it'll make it sound a little bit more interesting. You're still doing basically the same thing, but you're adding a little bit of variance. And that's keeping it interesting as well for the listener and for yourself. So then keep doing that when you go back and do the first verse, because there's only 2 verses in the song. You go through the first verse, the second verse, instrumental verse, and back and do the first verse. So that's like, I loved you in the morning, kisses deep and warm, your hair upon the pillow like a sleepy golden stone. Yes, many loved before us, I know that we are not ruined city, and like that. Okay, and then back into the tagline. Hey, hey, that's no way to say goodbye. And the intro bit again. And it ends on the F or the D shape like that. And again, it's a partial chord. You don't need to put the thing on top. Just just play those, and you're basically playing well, a D and an A, or in this case F and C, but you're not playing the third of the chord there. So it's giving it kind of a almost a Celtic-y kind of drone when you don't play the third of the chord. It's in this sort of nebulous state. Is it a minor chord? Is it a major chord? You're not quite sure. It gives it a bit of mystery. And because you're not ending on the B, you're not like... You're not ending on the tonic or the first degree of the scale, the B flat. You're ending on the fifth. So it's unresolved. So I think that was done on purpose, because it's like, hey, that's no way to say goodbye. We don't have closure here. What's going on, right? So that's a device that you use to sort of add that tension in a song, and it was used very well by Leonard Cohen for this. So there you go. There's That's No Way to Say Goodbye. I do have a full video of me playing this on my Instagram account. So if you want to hop on over there and do that, because I don't want to play the whole song here. I don't know if I'm going to get copyright dinged or what, but that could happen. But it didn't happen on Instagram. I have the whole thing on Instagram, so you can hop over there and watch that. So I hope you enjoyed what you see today here. If you do, make a comment, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye. Peace.